we do now? To Barron Senior special writer Al Root and longtime Tesla bull Gerber Kawasaki CEO Ross Gerber. Well, Ross, this is strange to me. I mean, you've got the U.S. EV names, even on the great numbers that Tesla just put out, getting hit. They are getting painted with the same ugly brush as the Chinese EV makers. Is that an opportunity, or do you say freeze where you're standing at the moment, don't buy, don't sell?
Well, I actually think it's an opportunity in the EV makers, because I really see this as about power in China with the massive, huge companies and the billionaire capitalists in China getting too much power, and now Xi and the government saying, no, this is not the way it's going to be. But when you look at EV technology, this is an area that's crucially important to China's edge on the technology level, and also just for their environment, because they have such huge effects of climate happening in China. So we really see this as just an emotional overreaction to sell every Chinese stock, even though I think the real targets are the big, massive players.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I would think so. You don't want to, it's such an overused term, but throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, why would it benefit China to hurt the EV sector there?
Well, why would it benefit China to kill or at least stifle their own companies? They are just what they are, a communist nation trying to say we're still in charge at the top. Put that aside, Al. Talk to me about Tesla. Tesla's second quarter looking amazing. You had said back during the first quarter that the first quarter was a gift to the haters of Tesla. How do you categorize this second quarter, the numbers, and what are you expecting for the third quarter?
Now, absolutely. I was wondering if you were going to reference that. I was going to bring it up too, because we had a Bitcoin gain in Q1 and we had lots of regulatory credit sales raising this issue of the quality of their earnings. This time, there is not a lot to pick at. You would call it pristine or a gift to the lovers. Record profits, blew away operating profit expectations, record high operating profit. Regulatory credit sales were down, automotive margins were up. There is not a lot to pick at. The stock is down today, but I think China has muddied the waters. It was about as good as you could probably do if you're Tesla.
Ross, Faraday Future just made its public debut last Thursday. Of course, yesterday, Lucid Motors. Those are high-end luxury EV companies. Yes, Tesla has the Plaid coming out. Do you have one, by the way? Have you test-driven it? I know you have every other.
I have the Plaid. Yeah,
Brad.
I do. And it's the best car ever made.
How luxe is it? Okay, but should Tesla be a little bit worried? Do they hear the breath on their neck, at least, of these other guys running up behind them?
No, I don't think so, because I think Elon said it a couple times on the conference call. Making a prototype is easy, but production is incredibly hard, on top of all the supply chain issues everybody's dealing with in autos and EVs right now. And if you really listen to what he's saying, I think the challenge that Faraday and Lucid have to get up to full production is going to be massive over the next year or so. Right now they haven't delivered a car, and I think it's going to be some time till they deliver anything in scale. And Tesla's so far ahead of the competition. We were adding to our Tesla positions today on weakness. I agree. This is the best earnings report I've ever seen for Tesla. And they don't even have Model S numbers really in these numbers. So super bullish on Tesla.
Al, yesterday when I was interviewing Pete Rawlinson of Lucid, I asked him a crucial question. I want you guys to hear that question and his answer, because we got to talk about the inflection point we appear to be at right now with EVs. Listen. Peter, I want you to finish this sentence for me. No one is going to be buying, not driving, no one's going to be buying gas-powered cars by the year what?
I think it's going to be 27.
Right. So, Al, he's saying 2027. Do you agree? And as we have Mercedes coming out saying we're going to be all electric by 2030, GM, Ford have already made their predictions. Volvo, everybody else going this way too. Who comes out the winner?
Yeah, I think that I'm going to disagree while agreeing and answering a slightly different question. I think 27 is aggressive just because you got to make a lot of these things, and things like battery cells will become a limiting factor. I mean, Tesla credibly can grow 50 or 60% a year for the foreseeable future, but that doesn't get to 40 or 50 million units globally for the entire industry by 27, in my opinion. However, I think now, and I bet you Ross agrees, EVs are objectively better, higher performing cars. 10 years ago, a Leaf was more than a Sentra, and it went 80 miles. Now you have a Plaid with 1,050 horsepower going 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds and 500 miles of range. I mean, they are pretty much objectively better cars. So, that part of the competition is kind of over. So now we just have to transition, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think the biggest constraint is is the batteries. They have to have the batteries if they want to do this.
Yeah, and they're building those gigafactories. Al, Ross, great to see you. Thank you very much.